We're at Big Combat Sports Network, 12:31 p.m. West Coast time. Look at the title. It is what it is, right? You see, hypocrisy, hypocrisy, hypocrisy. Watch this shit on the playback, cause it's heat and it's showing hypocrisy, right? Um, Subject is Oscar Valdez, Canelo getting accused constantly out here by the haters of taking PEDs and all that other shit, right? What do they say when they point one finger at you, point two back at the fucking hypocrisy, right? Well, let's just run this down a little bit, guys. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Punch Smollett supporting. Salute to Brandon Lean supporting. Salute to John Blaze, CCD supporting. CCD all the way, all day, every day, guys. We got to do extra content out here. We got to do extra content out here because we got to work double harder to get that algorithm pushed, especially when it comes to talking truth and actually supporting Latino fighters, Mexican fighters in general. You tend to have to work harder because you know how it is, right? You see these Dante's Boxing Nation, these other guys, all these weird channels that are racist as fuck. They always get the little algorithm, and you know what it is, right? We tend to not support our own around here, but support the channels that are rocking hard for the people that are calling out hypocrisy. Here we go, guys. Salute to Tony Boswell. Salute to Arkansas. Salute to Texas, brother. Salute to Tony Boswell. Salute to Knockout Ned, who's in the building also. Here I go, guys. Check this out, guys. Like I said, hypocrisy is wild out here, right? It is wild out here. Always Canelo, always Oscar Valdez getting it, right, guys? Here we go, guys. Check this out. Observe this, guys. We got the man right here, Shakur Stevenson, who's an accused woman beater, right? Was accused of assault by Miami Beach police, right? Of assaulting a female and a male, right? But he goes in here and sarcastically attacks Oscar Valdez, right? What does he say? Hey, champ, this is a tweet hours ago, right? He says, hey, champ, make sure your coffee is clean. We don't want tea situation to happen all over again on some funny shit, right? Very funny, right? Very funny, right? Obviously alluding to the man's PED supposed use, right? Or whatever it is, right? When they said the man was taking tea, right? When they tried stopping the man, right? Let's delve into this. Let's delve into this, guys. He's alluding to the tasty tea that Oscar Valdez was taking allegedly to cut weight, right? Any case, let's contrast this, guys. We got Shakur Stevenson out here on some snack. What is snack? Snack is a product that is undetectable and is a PED undetectable created by this man right here, right? Who's this man? Victor Toney, the man right here with two steroid abusers, Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler right here, right? As you can see, he gave them all the snack and their fucking arms are beyond belief, right? Look like they got stung by the same spider that Spider-Man got stung with and went radioactive and all of a sudden swelled up, right? This is the man Victor Conte behind the PEDs, alleged PEDs that the man Shakur Stevenson takes. The hypocrisy is wild out here. You got a woman beater, assaulter, accused by Miami police. You guys can go see video talking shit about a man like this, an innocent tea-loving man here, guys. Who's this? Oscar Valdez. All he does is love tea and care for animals. You contrast that, right? Oscar Valdez right here, loving tea, caring for animals, with a man who enjoys his snack products and assaulting women. Why aren't more channels calling this hypocrisy out, guys? That's what I want to know. Why aren't more channels calling this hypocrisy out, right? I think Americans tend to get a pass. I mean, the United States of America in general, right? I mean, we all love this country. It's a beautiful country. But let's keep it real. We tend to give the American athletes a pass, right? We tend to give them a pass, right? Secondary is this, right, guys? We do know that there's men like this man right here Roy Jones Jr., a steroid user, right? Roy Jones Jr., considered an all-time great, never gets any of this flack, never got any of this flack. As you can see this right here, this is not a myth. This is real stuff right here, guys. Roy Jones Jr., a steroid user. You can see an article from August from Evening Standard, a UK publication, right? It said a muted reaction to Roy Jones Jr. testing positive for anabolic steroids cast another shadow over boxing. It was revealed weeks that Jones, now World Boxing Association heavyweight champion, and his opponent Richard Hall both tested positive for a banned steroid prior to their WBC, WBA, IBF heavyweight title clash in Indianapolis in 2000, right? So let me ask you guys something. Why is American fighters constantly praised and they never bring up their steroid use? And it's real steroid use, guys. It's not alleged. It's not meat. It's not tea. It's steroid use. Roy Jones Jr., considered a greatest of all time boxer, never is brought up in regards to taking steroids. And he is taking steroids, and he took steroids. This isn't and or ifs about it. The man, Roy Jones Jr., took steroids. He took steroids. Why does no one question this? They only attack men like this man right here. Canelo Alvarez, who all he does is love Mexican meat and give to kids' charities. Ain't that crazy, guys? The man who's been the most tested athlete this year in 2021, he fought 4 times, was tested multiple times, and voted cleanest athlete of the year, constantly gets thrown under the bus. Salute to everybody in the chat. Will S. CCD. Salute to SSC. Salute to you all. Salute to Iceman. Salute to Puerto Rican Rum. Salute to Pounds. Salute to Tigger. Like I said, the man Canelo Alvarez, all he does is love Mexican steaks and give to children charity. But he's out here getting hated on constantly, right? Someone tell me what's wrong with this. What's wrong with this situation here, guys? Why does a man, look at Canelo right here, enjoying his Mexican steak. You know what I'm saying? I love Mexican steak. Guys, everybody should try Mexican steak. It gives you more testosterone. You will be better. You will be more manly. You will know how to change a tire. You get what I'm saying? You will know how to work with your hands. You will be more of a man, guys. You will be oozing testosterone when you eat this Mexican meat, guys. Like I said, a role model who gives to charity, right? Contrast that, like I said, guys, with somebody who never gets any heat at all. And what do I mean by this? By no means do I have any type of ill will towards the man, Roy Jones Jr. But I am just wondering, why does the American fighter get a pass in this regard, guys? Why does the American fighters get a pass in this regard? Look, I'm going to say it again. Roy Jones Jr., steroid user. Roy Jones Jr., steroid user. You see? But guys, this is not the first situation when this happens, and it is totally overlooked by the American public and American media. This is not the first time that this situation is totally overlooked by the American public and American media. Observe this, guys. James Toney, steroid user. You see? No, he is a steroid user. No and ifs or buts about it. And it says it here in this article by the man Robert Sandenmeer. He says James Toney's reign as a heavyweight champion seems to end yesterday. By the way, this is in 2005, and this tells you what type of cover-ups and the American press, how corrupt it is, because they don't even talk about this, but they sure talk about Latin American fighters who have no money and have no means of doing anything or creating labs, but they sure throw them under the bus, right, guys? But check this out. James Toney reign as a heavyweight champion seemed to end yesterday when he was suspended for testing positive for a banned substance after beating John Reese in April 30th in Madison Square Garden. Toney's promoter, Dan Goosen, said the test was positive for nandrolone, an anabolic steroid. An anabolic steroid. An anabolic steroid. An anabolic steroid. Not Mexican steaks. Not teas. An anabolic steroid. Now tell me, guys, why does this consistently happen? Observe this. You got the man James Toney, who never got any flack, still to this day, or as Wilder says, to this day, never got any flack for steroid use, which is official. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about it. But then you got a man over here like Oscar Valdez, who only loves tea and cares for animals. He only loves tea and cares for animals, getting ridiculed on the daily for loving tea and animals. Someone tell me what is wrong with this picture. Somebody tell me what is wrong with this picture. All the man does is love tea and animals and gets ridiculed on the daily, guys. Like I said, this is a trend that keeps on happening, right? It is what it is. I mean, contrast that with this man right here, Shakur Stevenson, who assaults females and is on snack. A PED allegedly. The man Victor Conte, the inventor of snack, who uses the Clear, which is an undetectable steroid, right? And he's out here making fun jokes about a man like Oscar Valdez, who all he does is love tea and care for animals. Someone tell me what's going on here, guys. I don't understand. I'm just questioning things. I'm just questioning why certain standards are held for certain fighters, but not for American fighters. And look it, we all love America, but let's not act like America is the cleanest sporting country in the world. But we do have corrupt media and corrupt YouTube covering up everything and only attacking certain individuals. Ain't that crazy, guys? Ain't that crazy? It's wild out here, guys. It's wild out here. Look it, guys. Look it, guys. Let me hit you guys with another one, guys. Let me hit you guys with another one. You guys see a man by the name of Earl Spence, right? He looks like a cool guy, right? He looks like a clean guy, right? Someone tell me how he has these man boobs. Why does he have these puffy nipples, which is called gynecomastia? Someone tell me why Earl Spence has these puffy nipples that is gynecomastia or gyno, guys. Someone tell me why Earl Spence has this gyno shit. This isn't Photoshop. This is real shit. You got Earl Spence with gynecomastia. And what is gynecomastia? It happens when you start taking anabolic steroids. It happens when you start taking anabolic steroids, guys. As Stanford Healthcare shows right here, causes of gynecomastia. What did it say? Steroids such as prednisolone and dexamethasone. So fucking hard to pronounce, right? But basically Dianabol and some other shit like that, guys. This is what happens when you start taking steroids, guys. Guys, this is what happens when you start taking steroids. You start getting gyno, guys. And this is by Stanford Health Care. It says many cases of gynecomastia are caused by hormonal imbalance. Unfortunately, steroids can trigger hormone imbalance, which subsequently create this breast tissue. You know, this isn't what Rapid Combat Sports saying. This is Stanford Healthcare, right? I mean, you guys tell me exactly. Those are tits, guys. And like the man Will SCCD said, Adesanya had that shit too. Exactly. This is basically a epidemic in combat sports. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see those boobs and that gyno and say, wait, this man might be on steroids, right? Allegedly might be on steroids. Again, but no one calls this out, right? Because America is the cleanest sporting country in the world, right? But we do call out these other guys who just love Mexican meat and tea, guys. This is wild to me. It's just wild to me, guys. It's wild to me, guys. It's wild to me. I'm telling you, I have to shine a light because no one else will shine the light, guys. I have to shine the light because no one else will shine the light. And like I said, guys, they sure are out here. And who is they? The media. And obviously, a lot of these YouTube channels are sure out here attacking this man right here. Like I said, look at this man, Canelo Alvarez, who loves Mexican steaks and gives to children charities. So they're mad at Canelo Alvarez because he loves Mexican steaks and gives to children's charities. I love Mexican steaks. I eat them all the time. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with Mexican steaks. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. It tastes delicious. It's amazing, right? It's amazing shit. You know what I mean? Makes me cut, makes me rip. You know what I mean? It's legal. It's legal to love Mexican steaks, right? But people are obsessed with accusing Canelo Alvarez of loving Mexican steaks, right? It's wild out here, guys. It's wild out here. Why do they keep on attacking people like Canelo Alvarez, who all he does is love Mexican steaks? You know what I mean? Let me tell you guys know this man right here? This man right here enjoying life, Oscar De La Hoya, right? He's getting fed by a woman right here, right? You guys remember Oscar De La Hoya fought Shane Mosley, right? Shane Mosley was looking rocked and ready to go, right? He beat Oscar De La Hoya, right? But guess what we don't hear, guys? Facts. Shane Mosley was a steroid user. How come we don't hear that, guys? So he beat Oscar De La Hoya on steroids, but we don't hear that, right? And this isn't what Rapid Combat Sports inventing. This is facts. Shane Mosley was a steroid user when he beat Oscar De La Hoya. Shane Mosley was a steroid user when he beat Oscar De La Hoya. And it says it right here by the Daily News article. It says, Shane Mosley admits to using Balco steroids. Now, how come no one talks about this? How come no one, salute to Will SCCD, how come no one talks about this, guys? He beat Oscar De La Hoya while he was on steroids. But all we hear about is Oscar De La Hoya out here wilding, which rightfully so, he does wild, he does party, you know what I mean? He does do fishnets and all this type of shit, right? I mean, what are we gonna say? He does love doing that shit. But no one talks about Shane Mosley admitting to using steroids. But we sure talk about Canelo using Mexican meat that's tasty. I don't understand what's going on here. Now, I'm pointing out a pattern that's consistent. I'm pointing out a pattern that's consistent. Salute to Paulo Tomas, BFP, BFB, and CCD, right? But I'm pointing out a pattern that is consistent, guys. Why does a man like Canelo keep on getting attacked on the daily? Why does Oscar Valdez keep on getting attacked on the daily, but these guys got a pass and still got a pass, like Deontay Wilder says, to this day, to this day, to this day, right? Why does he keep on getting a pass? Why does James Toney keep on getting a pass? Why does Roy Jones Jr. keep on getting a pass? Why does Shakur Stevenson keep on getting a pass for slugging women and taking snack, an undetectable PED? I don't understand. Someone tell me, guys. I'm just questioning things. I'm just questioning things, right? And I'm not inventing any of this shit. That's the problem, right, guys? I mean, shit. I wish this was an invention, but this is cold hard facts that we're talking about here. Crazy. Cold hard facts. And again, let me reiterate something, guys. Let me reiterate something, right? Let me reiterate. Why attack this man right here who just loves his tea and cares for animals? And who am I talking about? Oscar Valdez. But we got cold, hard facts of these other men taking steroids and never received any ridicule at all, guys. I mean, this isn't rocket science here, guys. This is not rocket science. This man just loves his tea and animals and gets attacked. Canelo, all he does is love eating Mexican steaks and giving to children's charities and gets attacked. I can't make this up. What kind of world am I living in? Why is it only What Rep It Combat Sports pointing this out for the most part? And another thing, subscribe to my friend Ricardo Martinez, who actually points this out consistently in other terms, guys. Someone tell me what's going on. Salute to Bruce Goes. Salute to Bruce Goes. Salute to Bruce Goes. Salute to Chris Court. Subscribe to Chris Court. Subscribe to John Blaze CCD. And again, guys, tell everybody about this video because this is 100% facts. 100% facts being told right here today, guys. 100% facts. No ands, ifs about it. And again, let me go back to this. See, I wouldn't want to go in on any of these guys and talk about it, but why is the hypocrisy so fucking blatant, guys? Why do you say this, Shakur Stevenson? Why do you say, hey, champ, make sure your coffee is clean? We don't want that tea situation to happen all over again. Well, how about you stop beating on women, Shakur Stevenson? How about you stop taking snack an undetectable PED? Huh? How come you don't stop that, huh? Why is there hypocrisy? Why is the American media, why is the YouTube, which is full of racist scumbags, never pointing this out? Ain't that frustrating, guys, when you guys see something that's real, that's factual, that's fact-based, but they never point it out? I mean, am I the only one that has to put the ruler to the chalkboard to point this shit out? Look at this, as I said again. Earl Spence never gets any heat, right? But the man has full-grown gyno or bitch tits. That happens when you take steroids, allegedly, right? And this isn't Photoshop. Earl Spence is out here with some bitch tits. He probably got them bitch tits surgically removed. He probably had to go to a Beverly Hills surgeon to get this bitch tit shit removed, guys. You know what I'm saying? He had to go into that whole thing almost like a female, and they had to do a whole checkup on him and cut the titties off of him. You get what I'm saying, guys? Because gyno happens when you take anabolic steroids. Salute. Gyno happens when you take anabolic steroids. No one is calling this out, and it's hella blatant. It's hella blatant. I wish I was inventing this. You guys see the man literally can wear a bra. I actually should have censored this whole fucking picture. I should have put those censor lines on this man's boobs, because you guys might be trying to, kids might be watching this. They might be, wow, watch out. This man's going to breastfeed me today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Kids might be watching and thinking, Dada, give me some breast milk. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at Earl Spence's chest and want some breast milk. You get what I'm saying? But that ends up happening. That ends up happening when you're taking anabolics, like Stanford Healthcare right here says. Like Stanford Healthcare right here says, guys, this isn't what Rapid Combat Sports inventing things. This is a reputable source. Stanford Healthcare, guys. Stanford University, one of the most reputable universities in the world, guys. And they're saying steroids cause gynecomastia, and gynecomastia is bitch tits. As you guys see there, guys. Like I said, and we could keep on going at this and reiterate everything that I've been saying, guys. You know what I mean? Everything that I've been saying. Everything that I've been saying. You guys do rate. You guys do rate. You guys do rate Roy Jones, right? We all love Roy Jones. I got nothing against Roy Jones. Roy Jones is one of my favorite fighters. I don't care that he took steroids. He did take steroids. He did take steroids. I don't care though. To me, he was one of the most exciting fighters. But the hypocrisy is what's rampant. Roy Jones is a steroid user. Roy Jones used steroids. And he loved it. He probably loved every second of it, right? When he's TKOing these guys, when he's out here moving up in weight classes and KOing John Ruiz from Puerto Rico, right? But he took steroids, guys. He took steroids. It is what it is. He took steroids. What are we gonna say, man? Now, like I said, the hypocrisy is rampant. Somebody tell me, why did no one call it out, guys? Why is it not called out today? Why is it that every interview that Roy Jones starts off, they never mention steroids? But when it's Canelo, they constantly try asking him about Mexican meat. You know what I mean? It's wild. To me, it's wild, guys. They constantly ask Canelo of Mexican meat. But Roy Jones gets a pass. He's a Hall of Famer and he's the great. And like I said, guys, the hypocrisy is rampant. I know most of these guys are on steroids, but they only call out a certain few, right? They only call out some guys and they get mad about delicious teas and such things as that. You get what I'm saying? They get mad because Oscar Valdez is right here enjoying teas and caring for animals. You know what I mean? But they don't mention James Toney right here who took steroids. You know what I mean? And this is not an invention. This is a fact. He took steroids. As you can see, James Toney looking juiced to the gills, as we like to say. James Toney looking juiced to the gills. James Toney right here looking like, yo, when's my next injection? James Toney right here looking like he can go back in time and be Samson and Hercules. His head's the size of a fucking Olmec statue. You know what I mean? Salute to Mad Chad Sports. Salute to Mad Chad Sports for calling out Victor Cunty. Salute to Mad Chad Sports for calling out Victor Cunty, guys. And like I said, the man is a steroid user. This isn't an invention. This is real life. This is on paper. This is facts. This isn't allegations. But again, all this man does is get adulation. By the way, James Toney, I salute you too, brother. I don't care that you took steroids, but I am going to bring it up because it's hypocrisy ruling the day in boxing YouTube at the moment. And what's the hypocrisy? This is the hypocrisy. They constantly ask Canelo about the Mexican meat. And all he does is be humble, train, get tested consistently, and never fail a test, especially in 2021 when he fought multiple times and never failed. And all he does is love Mexican steaks and gives to children charities. I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what's happening. But you got here, this man right here, Shakur Stevenson, beating women, charged by Miami Beach police on snack, talking shit about Oscar Valdez in a hypocrisy run wild type of thing, guys. Hypocrisy run wild. By the way, snack run by Victor Cunty as Mad Chad Sports. Subscribe to Mad Chad Sports. Loves to see Victor Cunty right here with two with two heavy steroid users. He said, Victor, give me what you got. And Victor said, here, have some, Ronnie Coleman. Have some of my steroids. Have some of my fucking steroids, Flex Wheeler. You know what I mean? These men are hungry as fuck for the Victor Conte steroids, right? You see Victor right here with two men who look like they just got bit by the fucking atomic spider from Spider-Man and shit, right? Remember when Spider-Man gets bit by a spider and all of a sudden he looks juiced to the fucking gills? This man literally looks like he gave them the fucking atomic spider to bite these motherfuckers, right? Crazy shit. These guys are juiced to... Look at this man's arm. This man's arm's the size of a whole fucking grown man. This man's arm is the size of a whole fucking alligator. And what, you think he did that because he did curls and ate right? No, this man's on all kinds of juice, and all the juice was provided by this man, Victor Conte. Victor Conte, who gives Shakur Stevenson all this shit, right? With snack. By the way, I do wonder if it was a form of roid rage or snack rage when Shakur Stevenson started allegedly assaulting this woman that's on video, right? Was he on some type of snack rage? Is that what it was? Was it some type of snack rage that he was on? Because there is instances when you can get roid rage or steroid rage, right? Was Shakur Stevenson on snack rage when he started unloading on these females? I don't know. Someone tell me, guys. Someone tell me, right? And like I said, all Oscar Valdez is love his tea. I love green tea. Do you guys love green tea? It's shit's delicious. I drink it in the morning sometimes, or I drink it in the afternoon. You put a little honey. And you drink it hot, guys. It's delicious. It's delicious and gives you just enough energy to make it through those hard times, or that hard time when you have to work a little harder. You know what I'm saying? But look at Oscar Valdez right here with this dog. We all know Oscar Valdez loves animals and tea. Nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, I would rather be Oscar Valdez loving tea and animals than being a Shakur Stevenson and assaulting women and being on snack rage. What is snack rage? Snack rage is when you get angry because the fucking PED makes you fucking angry. Makes you like a whole Hulk out here. You know what I'm saying? You know when he all of a sudden starts hulking up and shit, starts turning green and starts fucking raging on everything. That's probably what happens when you get snack rage and shit. That's what happened to the man Shakur Stevenson as he started wilding out on this woman and man in Miami Beach and started trying to assault him, right? Salute to Egg, salute to Puro Sus Natal, salute to everybody in the chat, guys. And like I said, I would rather be an animal lover, a tea lover, than a 100% cheater like Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley, a steroid user. And this isn't what Rapid Combat Sports inventing this. This is real shit. Shane Mosley, a steroid user. The Daily News reported him saying Shane Mosley admits to using Balco steroids. And like I said, this is news. This is old news, but you know what? Why is this news never brought up? But they only bring it up. They only bring up things about Mexican meat with Canelo and Valdez's tea, right? It's a corrupt world out here, guys. It's very corrupt. Very corrupt world we're in, especially in this boxing media. When you got a lot of agendas, a lot of shit talking. You know, the U.S. is innocent in everything, right? There's no PEDs in the USA. They never existed in the USA. It's only illiterate guys from Mexico like fucking Canelo and Valdez taking tea and meat. An illiterate guy who never graduated high school somehow is taking these substances that are undetectable, is what they tell me. When in reality, we all know all the labs are based in the U.S. You know what I mean? We all know all the labs are based in the U.S., guys. Ain't that wild? Ain't that wild, guys? Ain't that wild? Ain't that wild, guys? We're not even going to talk about this man, who you guys can go see articles of this man taking alleged PEDs all over the place, guys. You guys can go Google them for yourselves. The man Floyd Mayweather, who was taking IVs and other substances. You know what I mean? You guys can go look it up for yourselves. Hidden by the U.S. government. They hid a lot of this man's tests. The U.S. government hid this angry man's tests constantly. Constantly hid this man's tests. Constantly hid this man's tests. All of his tests, his IVs and all this shit, guys. You guys know what it is. Roy Jones, you are one of my favorite fighters, but you are a steroid user. Roy Jones, you are one of my favorite fighters, but you are a steroid user, and no one calls it out. And guess what? All you do is get saluted everywhere. All you do is get saluted everywhere, which you should, right? You should get saluted everywhere. You were a beast. You moved up multiple weight classes. But you are a steroid user, and this isn't what Rapid Combat Sports just saying it out of nowhere. You see this article, it says officials ignore Jones's failed drug test, and it says that right here in this article that he tested positive for steroids. And this isn't what Rapid Combat Sports making this up. He tested positive for steroids, but guess what? We never hear this brought up anywhere. We never hear him interviewed, and the interview says, Roy Jones, did you take steroids? Why did you take steroids? No, they never ask him that. But they sure ask Canelo consistently about the Mexican meat every other interview he does. The poor guys right here just wanted to do an interview, and they just constantly ask him about Mexican meat, guys. And like I said, this is Canelo right here for you. Canelo loves Mexican steaks and gives to children charities. Gives to children charities, guys. Salute to Ignacio Juarez, guys. Salute to Egg. Yeah, I'm just pulling it out. And this is just shit that's out here, guys. It's real shit. Everybody should know this. It's not fucking rocket science. But there's only one person who gets the hate, and that's the Canelo. And it's just Mexican meat. Mexican meat and giving to children's charities. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in, guys. Look at this man right here. Look at this man smiling and laughing, enjoying life. Look at this man right here who loves his green tea. Look at this man right here who loves his animals. But all he does is get ridiculed for loving tea and animals. All they want to do is cancel Oscar Valdez when he fought Conceição, right? Everybody's out there, cancel him. Take his belt. Take his belt. Shakur Stevenson was crying like a baby. He was saying, hey, cancel Oscar Valdez so I can get that belt. Just like Devin Haney got the WBC belt from an email. Yeah, please, Mauricio Suleiman. Please, Mauricio Suleiman, suspend Oscar Valdez for taking green tea and loving animals so I can get that belt the way Devin Haney got the belt from an email. You know, that's the dirty little secret, guys. The WBC is the greatest belt on earth. The greatest belt on earth. The green belt is the greatest belt. If you got the green belt, you're a pimp. You're a pimp and you're a champ, right? But ain't it funny that everybody wanted to cancel Valdez, and even Shakur wanted to cancel Valdez for taking tea so he can just get the belt from an email like Devin Haney. He wanted to get the belt from an email like Devin Haney. He said, I don't want to fight you, Oscar. I'd rather just get you suspended for taking tea and get the belt like Devin Haney with an email. That way I won't have to fight you. It's called calling the cops, right? Shakur says, call the cops on the WB. Call the cops, guys. Take the belt away. Take the belt away from Valdez so I won't have to fight him. That's what he did, guys. Look at history, guys. That's what he did. He said, hey, Oscar Valdez shouldn't be fighting. They should strip him from the belt. And they should send me an email like they did Devin Haney so I could get the belt for free. That's basically what he was doing. That's basically what he was doing, guys. He said, let me do like Devin Haney and get the belt via an email, like with the WBC. Suspend them for drinking Mexican tea. Suspend them for loving animals. Suspend them for loving animals. But suspend them. Shakur's like, suspend Valdez versus Conceição and send me the bout verse via email. via email like Devin Haney. We love getting the bout via email like Devin Haney, guys. That's the truth. That's why it took Shakur Stevenson so long to sign the contract, because when they called his bluff, he started becoming scared. He started becoming scared. You know why he became scared? Because Oscar Valdez isn't that woman on Miami Beach that he beat up. Oscar Valdez is not that woman on Miami Beach that he beat up. It's an actual experienced boxer that's undefeated. It's an actual experienced boxer that's undefeated, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look at this man right here on film beating up a woman, standing over her saying, yo, who's the boss, right? It's all easy to stand over a woman like that and say who's the boss when you're swinging on them and you're a man, right? It's easy to swing on a woman. It's easy to swing on a woman and then start trying to point the finger the other way and accusing other guys of doing all kinds of shit, of drinking tea. I bet that was easy, swinging on this chick, right? Is that how it is, Shakur? Swinging on chicks? Is that how easy it is out here? Swinging on chicks? I hope your mother slaps you. I hope your mother slapped the shit out of you when she saw that. Put your fucking face straight for slapping women. You know what I mean? Slap the shit out of you, Shakur. You know what I mean? You're out here being a whole hypocrite with the snack, with the undetectable PED snack, right? Your mom should have slapped you when you were slapping this woman. You know what I mean? The first on site when she saw you out there getting charged, she should have slapped the shit out of you. You know what I mean? Someone should have slapped the shit out of you for beating up on a fucking woman. You know what I mean? But like it said here in the tweet, he's becoming sarcastic. He's out here saying, hey, champ, make sure your coffee is clean. We don't want tea situation to happen all over again. Man, you are on snack. You are on undetectable PED. Your supplements are supplied by this criminal right here, Victor Conte, who's right here with two steroid users, Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler. Look at Ronnie Coleman's arms. You think that's natural? No, he gave him all the fucking PEDs, guys. This is the man who supplies Shakur Stevenson supplementation. This is the man who supplies Shakur Stevenson supplementation, but he's out here hating. He's out here hating on a innocent man like Oscar Valdez who just loves tea and animals. He just loves tea and animals, guys. What's wrong with that? Yo, I have a dog. I love my dog. I have 3 dogs, actually. I have a pit bull and 2 Jack Russell Terriers. Beautiful dogs. Beautiful dogs, man. You know what? And I treat my dogs nice. But guess who doesn't treat things nice? This man, he treats women like bitches and smacks them, right? Shakur Stevenson loves smacking bitches, is what he probably says. He's probably, yo, bitch, get over here. Let me slap the shit out of your ass, right? Yo, bitch, I'm in Miami. Let me slap your bitch ass. That's what he says, right? He says, bitch, here. Pa, 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 pa. You know what I mean? Let me practice. Since I got pillow fist, I can't even knock a bitch out. He's like swinging on her, right? He couldn't even knock this chick out, guys. He's out here swinging on her with his pillow fist. Even the snack didn't help him, guys. You know what I mean? Even the snack didn't help him as he's standing over this chick and swinging on her. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, guys. It's crazy out here, guys. It's crazy. Fucking wild, man. It's wild out here, guys. It's wild out here. You know what I mean? It's wild out here, guys. Steroid user, Roy Jones Jr., steroid user. Hypocrisy. Because he's an American, he never gets called out for taking steroids. Hypocrisy. What rep at combat sports is not inventing? This is facts. You see the article there, hypocrisy. Steroid user Roy Jones Jr. Steroid user James Toney, who looks like he's going to turn up on you right there, right? James Toney's on so much juice. He just wants to hit anything, right? He just wants to beat the shit out of anything at that point, right? Look at the size of the man's head. You know what I mean? How many booty injections you think he got to get his head that size, guys? I mean, it's real. He failed the fucking drug test. He's on steroids. He's a steroid user. James Toney, a steroid user, never gets any ridicule though, right? By the American media or any other press, he never gets any ridicule. Anytime James Toney is questioned, he's saluted. That's the way you should salute Canelo, and that's the way you should salute Oscar Valdez. You should just say salute to Oscar Valdez for loving animals and tea, and salute to Canelo for giving the charities and loving Mexican meat. But instead, they say there's other things about Canelo and Valdez, but they never say the same about James Toney and Roy Jones Jr., who are real steroid users, caught red-handed in the blood, caught injected in the booty or in wherever else they injected the anabolics. Real shit. Oscar De La Hoya right here, ridiculed constantly, loving life, right? Getting fed by a female model right here, constantly ridiculed across all platforms. I never once ever thought Oscar De La Hoya did any PED, right? But I do know his opponent. I do know his opponent. Shane Mosley took steroids, and this is a fact. But again, no one ever mentions that, right? They just say Oscar De La Hoya lost to Shane Mosley, but they never say, look at the man took steroids. And this isn't what Rep It Combat Sports making it up. This is real shit. This is real shit. This is solid facts. Shane Mosley took steroids. As you see by the article, it says Shane Mosley admits to using Balco steroids. When he fought Canelo, when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he took the steroids when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. I'm not making this up. But again, it's never brought up, right? But Canelo's shit's brought up. Canelo's Mexican steaks brought up. Oscar Valdez Mexican teas brought up constantly. Someone tell me this isn't suspect. Someone tell me this isn't suspect. Who's this? A 147 pounder. The name, Earl Spence. The game, having gyno. Looking like he's gonna breastfeed somebody, right? Looking like he's gonna breastfeed somebody. That's what he has, gyno, right? Salute, salute. We all know what's going on there, guys. But assume this, guys. He got that cut out, right? He probably had to go to the doctor, get that gyno cut off. But gyno usually happens when you're abusing steroids. Gynecomastia usually happens when you're abusing steroids. And again, no one ever questions Earl, the truth, Spence of anything, right? They never accuse this man of taking steroids, but he does have big titties. I almost feel ashamed showing you this picture because some of you guys might want to, you know what I mean? Some of you guys are probably getting aroused by this shit or something, you know what I mean? I should put the censor button on this man's fucking, that whole censor sign on this man's chest, right? This is graphic shit right here. This man's breasts are fucking huge, right? But that's what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens when you take steroids. You know what I mean? Stanford Healthcare saying it right here, the actions of gynecomastia, right? Why you get gyno? Because you're taking steroids. That's what happens. You know what I mean? Israel Adesanya had the same actions, right? And this man, imagine this man Earl Spence had to go to the doctor, and he pulled off his shirt, and the surgeon was like, "Yo, dude, you got some fucking double D's up in here. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to fucking cut him out, right?" Dude had a whole double D and shit, right? I mean, he picks up it. Imagine Earl. He goes picks up his son shirtless, and his son just goes and starts sucking on his nipples, thinking it's mama. You know what I mean? His son just goes straight to his nipples and starts sucking on them, guys. You know what I mean? Crazy shit. His mom, his son just goes straight to his nipples and starts sucking on them. And again, guys, I'm just calling out facts. I'm just calling out what's happening in this world. Look at, we got a man who's a champion, Canelo Alvarez, constantly called out. Look at this man. What can you say about this man? The most tested athlete in 2021, tested multiple times, voted the cleanest athlete of the year in 2021, as he was tested multiple times for multiple fights, clean as a whistle. You know what I mean? He always gets hate all over the internet. Always gets hate all over the internet, and all he does is do this, guys. Canelo loves Mexican steaks and gives to children's charities. Simple as that. Simple as that. He loves Mexican steaks and gives to children's charity. A prototype, a human being that we would all like to be, right? I'm trying to be better every day. I mean, Canelo's right here eating steak and giving to kids, guys. And another man right here, Oscar Valdez, who loves his tea and cares for animals. Simple as that. Simple as that, guys. We should all aspire to be these guys, right? You know what's crazy, guys? A lot of people in YouTube boxing, obviously politics is crazy. We see the mass media, which is full of guys who are scoundrels and scumbags. Also, these YouTube channels with a lot of subscribers who have racist views. Like I said, it's anti-racism on this channel, but you know these other channels have very racist views and shit like that. Talking shit, talking shit on Canelo, talking shit on Valdez. Again, Valdez will fight anybody and has never done anything wrong. I mean, you guys are trying to judge the man, or anybody who's judging Valdez. Hope you're not smoking crack. I hope you're not drinking a 40-ounce beer. I hope you're not drinking coffee, because you know what? That coffee you're drinking is a PED because it's waking you up. Stop smoking marijuana, because if you're smoking weed, that is a PED if it's making you calm. You know what I mean? Everything in life, everything is full of chemicals in this world, guys. So stop judging. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that guy who's 500 pounds throwing your fucking beer at the fucking screen of any screen, flat screen, computer, TV, whatever the fuck you're watching when Canelo's fighting, and saying Mexican meat. You're 500 pounds and you're throwing your 40-ounce bottle at the fucking screen and saying Mexican meat, right? Don't get crybaby tendencies like this man, Shakur Stevenson, when hypocrisy is running wild out here. Hypocrisy is running wild. Hypocrisy runs supreme in 2022. So Shakur Stevenson said, please take Oscar Valdez's belt away when he drank some tea, because he did not want to fight the man. That is the whole complete truth. He said he wanted the belt via email, similar to Devin Haney. He said, please, police, take the belt from Oscar Valdez. Don't let him fight Consensao, so I can get the belt like Devin Haney via email. Give me the belt via email. That's why he's right here crying. By the way, I don't trust anybody who cries for a sport, guys. You shouldn't cry over a sport. You know what I mean? Cry over more important things in life. This is a sport. Don't cry over a sport like that. Don't cry over a loss. You know what I mean? Don't be crying out here. If you're going to cry, go into a closet and cry, especially if you're a man. Don't cry in front of women. But again, this is the type of guy that cries and begs for mercy, but then he goes and beats women. And this isn't me. This is on tape. You guys can go look it up everywhere, guys. As you can see in the picture right there, there's a female right there on the ground, and he couldn't even knock her out. That chick was still like standing, like, is that the best you got, right? You pillow fisted as hell. Chick was like, yo, is that the best you got? You know what I mean? Is that the best punch you got? By the way, Shakur Stevenson's on Snack, guys, and you know Snack is undetectable clear steroids. You know what I mean? Let's keep that real. So this hypocrisy keeps on running wild. You know what I mean? The founder of Snack is right here, Victor Conte, right? This man's the one that supplies Shakur Stevenson with all his supplemental needs, right? Look at, as he's right here with two steroid abusers, Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler. They got all their stuff from the man Victor Conte here, right there. Oh, Victor, give me some more of the good shit. Give me some more of the shit. You know what I mean? I want to make my arms bigger. I want to get big. I want to look like I got bit by the atomic spider from Spider-Man, right? Hook us up, Victor. Give us the good shit, right? That's what they're saying. But he gives this man the good shit. The man, Shakur Stevenson, he gets all the good shit, guys. All the good shit from Victor Conte, as they say. All the good shit, guys. L-Dog, salute to L-Dog. Salute to L-Dog and Brongon 1, guys. Salute to L-Dog and Brown gone one, guys. But like I said, guys, this man right here, it's hypocrisy run wild. And again, look at all the man wants to do, all the man Oscar Valdez is drink tea and love animals. Love animals and drink tea. All Canelo wants to do is love his Mexican steaks and give to children's charities. Simple as that. But they always telling Canelo, why did you eat the Mexican meat? And it's always these guys from ESPN, Showtime. They ask him the same question, but they never ask anybody else anything about anything, right? What do I mean by that? They never ask Earl Spence why he has these titties like this from taking alleged steroids, right? Because you only get tits like that when you're taking steroids. They never ask Earl Spence, Earl, when did you get that? Did the doctor fix that? Did the doctor take those boobs off of you from taking some substances that might have created those titties, right? The gynecomastia, right? No one ever asks Earl about that, right? No one ever says, yo, Shane Mosley, you took steroids. No one ever says that, right? They say, why did you take steroids? They never ask Shane Mosley, why did you take steroids? I mean, this is real. Shane Mosley took steroids, a steroid user. He admitted to it. Shane Mosley admitted to taking steroids. Again, he saluted everywhere, which he should be. Salute to Shane Mosley. But keep it equal. Tell him why. Ask him questions about steroids. Like you ask Canelo constantly about the Mexican meat, and you ask Valdez again about the tea, again and again about the tea, guys. Look at this man. This man's angry as hell because he took steroids. James Toney, a legend. He took steroids. James Toney took steroids. He's a legend, but he took steroids. And this isn't what Rapid Combat Sports making up things. This is real shit. He took steroids, as you can see right here. Toney fails drug test and stripped of the title because he took steroids. But again, is James Toney asked consistently by all these guys from Showtime and ESPN or anybody these guys do interviews, if you took steroids? No, they just say, James, you're a great fighter, which they should. They should, right? But let's keep it equal across the board. Stop asking Canelo about ridiculous shit about having and loving Mexican meat. I love Mexican meat, right? Another guy right here, look at Roy Jones Jr. took steroids. Roy Jones Jr. took steroids. Roy Jones Jr. took steroids. Again, like I said, I'm not making this up. This is real. But again, keep it consistent. You think I care that Roy Jones Jr. took steroids? No, I say salute to you, Roy Jones, but just keep it consistent. Stop trying to attack Canelo. Stop trying to attack Valdez when they are out here being outstanding citizens. They're not beating women. They're not failing steroid tests like Roy Jones, like James Toney, like Shane Mosley, who admitted to taking steroids when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. Keep it 100% down the board, guys. This is what Rapid Combat Sports, spitting facts all over the place. And like I said, look at this man, guys. Canelo Alvarez loves Mexican steaks, gives to children's charities. Stop being hypocrites. Stop letting hypocrisy run wild. Call everything fairly, guys. Call everything fairly. And look at this man right here. What are we going to say? Look at this man. I love my dogs. I love my dogs. Salute to Shadow Ghost. And salute to Brown Gone One, the purveyor of peace around the world. John Blaze, Carne Asada isn't stirred. Of course it isn't. Salute to Shadow Ghost. Salute to everybody coming through, guys. You guys can watch it on the playback, guys. I said it enough. Hypocrisy running wild. You guys saw all the steroid users. All the steroid users that never get called out, that get praised, which they should. They should get praised, right? But just keep it equal across the board. You know what I mean? Canelo loves Mexican steaks and giving to charities. Oscar Valdez loves his animals. Shakur Stevenson loves beating helpless women and taking snacks. You know what I mean? Keep it real across the board, guys. What Rapid Combat Sports? I'm out of here.